Alright, welcome back. We are out here in the Burning Woods. Burning Worslick's Woods. Killing giants. Last episode we did get a spell. We got Thrall of Bones. That was kind of nice to see. I've never found a spell out here before, so super excited about that. We're definitely wanting to kill as many forest giant ancients as we can. The ancients drop the spells. Unfortunately, the game has been throwing a lot of burdens at us. I haven't seen too many ancient spawns for the last hour or so. But we are sitting at level 55, about 34% into the level. And it's nice and steady. It's not the fastest, but it's also not extremely dangerous either to do this. So nice steady experience gain, working our way up through the level. I did some math, and it's going to be about 12 hours if I wanted to get the rest of the level here. That's quite a lot of time, but if you guys are enjoying the video series, which I recognize I haven't uploaded nearly as many videos lately as I probably should. But if you're enjoying the video series, I encourage you to stick around, hang out with me as we continue trying to get Mr. Best Friend up to level 60. And then we'll throw a big giant party. Big best friend party with all of our best friends. Come on, game, give me some ancients. Yeah, I got super excited when I saw Thrall of Bones because I thought that was the rogue pet, but it's not the rogue pet. Getting the rogue pet would unlock a lot more camps for us, or make them a lot easier. I definitely feel like with the rogue pet we could fear kite the raptors, to include Dingus, my favorite raptor, whom I have died at the claws of many times. If we had that backstabbing rogue pet, Dingus wouldn't stand a chance. But we'll keep plugging away on this. I kind of took a break over the summer. I had a long work trip. I went to San Diego. I went to Las Vegas. And a good friend of mine passed away over the summer, so then I had a funeral for him that I needed to get to. So I had a really busy time over the last 6 months or so, or 3 or 4 months. But now that things have settled down for me, you should see me around a little bit more often. You should see some video uploads a little bit more often as well on YouTube. And I feel like if I had buckled down and played Mr. Best Friend more, he'd already be 60, clearly. And I don't want to leave him unfinished. I did need a little bit of a sanity break, though, I'm not gonna lie. There was a point where playing P99 was starting to... Every time I logged in, it felt more and more daunting. was starting to wear me out. Say bye, protection of the glade. Gonna wear off. It was good while it lasted. My pig parse must be off because it's still there. Not even blinking. One thing I wish P99 did that retail does is when you gain experience, retail will tell you like how much percent of a level you get per kill. And I would love to nerd out and know just how many giants I needed to kill to level up. Although that could be demoralizing. I'm to the point where when this thing ticks up even 1%, I get like, ooh, there's 1% more. You definitely need some patience to do this. Another lumberjack cap. Actually, let's wait. We got a respawn coming. Which one is it? There's an ancient. Let's get the ancient. Should have killed the verdant first. That way we would be able to get down there and loot him right away. And even though it seems pretty slow, I like that there isn't a whole lot of downtime doing this. Like you're always killing something, just not like a fast paced, like Charming, where you're constantly having to like plan ahead and think about what you're doing. Pretty brain off. If I wasn't dedicated to streaming, I'd be like lean back like this, just like watching a movie or something. I'm gonna lean back though. My back is killing me. Sneak down here. No spell. Ooh, there's an ancient. Ooh. This one's gonna drop defoliation for us. I can feel it. We're gonna go turn that bad boy in, and we're gonna get Thrall or Servant of Bones, or Minion of Shadows rather. Oh no, that's bad. He's got us jammed up in a corner. Guy Schnickel asked if anybody was out here. That kind of makes sense. There's only a handful of people in the zone. They said that the giant fort is awesome experience. I bet for a solo monk, yeah, this is pretty good. I feel like for me, I could get better experience in Howling Stones, but it's also a lot more dangerous. Ooh, we just ticked up 36%. Nice. I do have a little bit of downtime here because actually we took some hits, so I need to refresh the mana skin. Yeah, we used a couple extra taps there. Cost of doing business. But we've now gotten 10% of level 55 tonight. One good thing about EQ is it's so slow paced, it does not kill my wrists to play. Because after playing other games for most of the summer, because I was on the road, I was living in hotels. That shit was starting to kill my wrists. Elderly gamer problems, aging gamer problems. Yeah, I was playing Phantasy Star Online and like all the pushing forward on the thumbstick to like make my dude run forward. After a while, like now my thumb, it's still like pretty sore and I haven't been able to touch a controller ever since. normally controller is like my go-to. Whenever my wrists start hurting, I just start using the controller. So that was a sad day because I was like, damn, now I can't even play games with a controller. I was literally playing old school RuneScape with like just the mouse, not even touching the keyboard. Whoops, sorry. I'm like stretching, my neck is getting tight. Keep bumping this damn microphone. There we go. That's what we want to see. We want to see ancients. Now POTG wants to fall off. Pigpire said it was going to fall off like 15 minutes ago. And we're getting pretty encumbered, so I think after this this play session, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna have to vendor all this stuff. It's probably a good, I don't know, a couple hundred plat there. 3 lumberjack caps. The tunic is worth quite a bit. I think at least one of those weapons is worth a decent amount. Definitely noticeable for the mana regen rate when POTG falls off as well. How much is that? How much mana per tick? Yeah. 6 per tick, so it's not like a crazy amount, but it's still a decent amount. Oh no. He's coming. What's up, Medics? I haven't seen you in a while. How you doing? Good to see you. I finally hopped on Mr. Best Friend after a while. Medic says getting ready to return to P99. We will welcome you with open arms. Yeah, that's where I'm at. I didn't play on P99 all summer. Oh, shit. That's not good. Hopefully I can get this root on him before he drops. Yes, okay. Oof. Teak, I'm level 60, and I got on yesterday and I played in Velius for like an hour, and it felt kind of pointless. I'm not gonna lie. I definitely had that why am I doing this feeling. And then I got bit by the bug today and I wanted to play on Mr. Best Friend, so that's what I did. Where would I go at 19 for a Necro? Let's see, what did I do on Teak? Or are you talking on P99? For P99, I can just tell you what I did, because it's all on my YouTube. I just have to go way back. Holy smokes, I've made a lot of videos. Well, I apologize for the video quality. I think this was back before it's back before I had bought my new microphone. But I want to say that is me on the Kearns Tower stairwell is mainly what I did there at that level. Ooh, we got an ancient. So that stairway up on the second floor going between the second and the third floor is what I did at 19. I want to say I got up to like 20 or 21 doing that spot. And it's super easy, it's super safe. Good. My ass kicked by these root breaks. Need the level 20 pet. Is that a research only pet? I can't remember. You can buy it in SK. Oh, that's right. So for me, it was research only, but yeah, if you have you can easily make a mule and just go buy it and transfer it. Ah, man, I saw that spell and I got excited, but it was a Bandolier of Luckland. Gross. Uh, how I would do that is I would make a mule and then just ask a friend, ask somebody to run out to Ogok and swap it over, and then meet you in Kunark. Need plat, I am broke. Oh yeah, I guess you would have to ask a friend to give you the plat first, like transfer the plat. It's a little bit more difficult, yeah, than Teak. Alternatively, I can see if I have it, if I have the words. I need to put all my words into a spreadsheet. That way I can just look. Words of the extinct, words of quickening. I feel like I don't think I have those anymore. Bandolier of Luckland. Ugh. We did get lucky with one spell earlier. I was hoping we would get lucky again. Yeah, that's a named there. There's a named here, and there's one inside there. You can kind of see his name. I'm glad they're in these spots, because I don't typically kill past these three. When I first logged in, that named was spawned right here. So I did kill him. I think I killed him twice. I went and charmed the 6 in Klex, the level 50 skeleton here. They are a little bit harder. They have more magic resist and more health. For sure more magic resist. I'm pretty sure they have more health too. If I go charm that skeleton, they're super easy. But then micromanaging that skeleton's health was kind of a pain in the ass, so I gave up on it. And yeah, I'm just root rotting, like just kind of chilling, taking my time. It's really nice because you don't have to worry about the spawn timers. You can go at your own pace here. Probably one of my favorite camps to do. It's just not open all the time. Like virtually everything else in this game, you gotta kind of fight your way into it. Or hope that you get it, really. You don't have to fight anybody, you just hope that you get it. I tried doing some fear kiting in Skyfire last time I played, and it was not very effective. You're not going to get that same kind of experience that you would get here. Could you get epic with SSF and P99? I don't think so. I've never done the epic, but I feel like some of the fights that I did on Teak even would have been too hard to do solo. There's a guy that's about to spawn right there, and I'm actually really worried. I need this guy to die. Yeah, he just spawned. Oof. I don't think he would have aggroed, actually, but I didn't want to risk it. Yeah, for the Necro Epic, the fight in Wrath Mountains would probably be, or Lake Wrath tier would probably be pretty tough. I think you gotta fight like three enemies. And then you have to go to Plane of Sky, which would be probably pretty tough to do solo as well. Oh, and then you have to kill Kha'Zix Thul or the Golems, which have they're level 55, and it doesn't even list how much HP they have. Yeah, I don't think it would be doable. I was thinking of Druid for travel and and dots. I think SSF on a Druid would be a lot of fun because you could go to all kinds of different places. Don't do like a geographic restriction like I did and lock yourself to one area. There's lots of different quests to do for Druid for gear. Yeah, I think Druid would be a really fun SSF. In fact, I would say how I expected this to play out is more like how I think a Druid would actually play out. Because I imagined myself like traveling and questing for gear and hunting down different mobs for gear. You get track on the Druid, so you can go track stuff. It'd be a good time. Highly recommend. Maybe I'll do Druid next. I need to finish Mr. Best Friend, though. And actually, I started a new SSF about a month ago that I haven't put any time into because I thought I wasn't going to play Mr. Best Friend anymore. But I did some soul searching. I had a change of heart. We've been through too much together. We're trauma bonded. Actually, no, the SSF guild is not mine. I think it's Barthorn's, but I'm not 100%. I've been meaning to drop the SSF guild tag because I never see anybody around and like making my own guild tag. I got lucky. So Medics asked, how did I get into the guild? I got lucky and I noticed that somebody was online that could invite me. But since joining the guild like a year ago, I've only seen people online like twice. There we go, we got another ancient to spawn, that's good. Medic says, I think I am done with live altogether. I don't know if I'm ready to write live off yet, but I definitely, yeah, whenever I logged in to play Teak, it just didn't really, I wasn't enjoying myself. And then you have all the RMT stuff that kind of, you can look past it if you're enjoying it, but if you're not really enjoying it, the RMT is like kind of staring you in the face. What class did you play on live? And were you playing on Teak? Ooh, yeah, Cleric is tough. I did that. I played Cleric on Agnar, and it was easy to level because you're always getting invited to groups. But there really wasn't a whole lot you could do outside of just go group. And so in the end, I didn't enjoy it a whole lot once I had leveled up. I hate that bug. Same with P99, yeah. Is that guy gonna show back up? I'm pretty sure I... What the hell? Now I can't... It's saying target out of range. Oh my gosh, there he is. Like you root him, but it doesn't visually recognize that you rooted him, and he just keeps running. Oh, don't you resist my spells. At least he resisted that one and not the root. Yeah, starting out fresh on P99 is... You have to really love EQ to do it over and over. It can be quite the chore. No, 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 no. Yeah, it was kind of a bugger. You gave me some problems, buddy. Yeah, I've rolled more characters on EverQuest than like any other game. Easily, like there's no game that even comes close. Medic says I've done the cleric epic 100 times. That's crazy. I guess that makes sense. That's your name. You're the medic. I feel like I've done Field of Bone 100 times. I've made so many XRs. I love the Field of Bone though. It's like the best newbie area. Medic says I wish I knew how to find what a druid needs. Are you talking like what gear? So on the wiki, you can sort by slot. You can go to the wiki. Here, I'll pull it up. So here on the wiki, if you go over here to equipment, then you can do, oh, here's a guide right here, equipping a druid. That's probably going to get you a lot. Although some of this is pretty like end game type specific. But how I found the gear for Mr. Best Friend is I went to equipment by class, druid equipment in your case, and then you can go slot by slot. So you could click this, like arms, and then you can sort. So like I sorted by intelligence, but you would want to sort by like wisdom. And then you can just kind of look through and see like where this stuff drops at. And then I made a notepad or a spreadsheet, and I just wrote down like different pieces of gear and where it dropped at. So you could like be like, okay, I gotta go to Old Seb to get the Hierophant's Cloak. You know, maybe I want this. Let's see. It's not a good one. Here we go. Emerald Cloak of the Fadark. 25 HP, 25 mana. Click it. Okay, I gotta do this quest. From Talus and Stormwing in Lesser Fadark. But yeah, you just kind of like go through each of these and write down what notable equipment there is after you sort by whatever stats you're looking for. That's how I did it. For solo self-found, that's like, you have to do that. You gotta go comb through the wiki and kind of make a plan. Oh, and I put what level I would do it at, or like what zone, so that I had an idea in my head of like, okay, I can go get that at level 30, I can go get that at level 40. Well, we put a little bit of a dent into level 55 tonight. Good progress, 12%. I'm going to kill a few more. Keep hoping for that elusive spell drop. Actually, we're on hour 3, I think. Yeah, I killed off the stream and restarted it so I could make a video because I figured out it's much easier to just tell Twitch to export the video to YouTube than it is to like download the stream, or even if I recorded the stream, which I can do, and then manually chop it up. Because I did like a 6-hour stream one time and then tried to chop it up into 3 2-hour chunks, and I think for the computer to render those 3 2-hour chunks, it said like 6 or 8 hours. So it's like a total pain in the ass. Ugh, I was hoping that would be an ancient. I wish I could get 12% an hour. That would be... I might be able to get that in Howling Stones, but I'd be really pushing myself. And this is so chill compared to Howling Stones. And I feel like I average about 1 death every, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours in Howling Stones because of just dumb shit happening. Like a root break, charm break at the same time, and then like an ST gets resisted. Root break, charm break is the worst. When those two break in the same tick, you know the game hates you and wants you to die. I remember I got disconnected down there one time too. That was really shitty. Luckily, one of my stream viewers resurrected. I finally took a res. I was like, I'll take a res, dude. I got DC'd. It's like, that's so out of my control. I'm not gonna eat that. I'm not willing to eat that death. Thought you'd be in hate. I'm a Kunark only. I cannot leave this continent until I hit level 60. I have not left Kunark outside of Timorous Deep, which I count Timorous Deep as part of Kunark. See, are there any more ancients? I'm gonna go till I find one more ancient. Nope, never been to Common Lands, never been to Bellius, no Fade Whir. It does make leveling kind of a pain in the ass, because if you log in and your spot is taken, you gotta go find another spot. And there's only a few spots that I can do at this point. And then with the fact that I don't have all the spells that you would normally have, some of those spots are actually like really hard to do or just impractical to do. Medic says I love the over there. I did a little bit of leveling in the over there, but not a whole lot actually. I think around that level I did a lot of down near. Because I spent a lot of time in down there on Mr. Best Friend. I have a level 49 enchanter that's just, yeah, no locks. He's not soloselffound or anything. He's just a regular old level 49 enchanter. But yeah, you're right. It does suck without, everything sucks without J-Boots. If you got a druid, you leveled up a druid. Druids are like the J-Boot hunter kings. I tried to get J-Boots one time, and I got beat out by a druid. Because you don't have track, or I didn't have track on my enchanter, obviously. And every time that the Cyclops is about to spawn, guaranteed a druid is going to pop into that zone, into South Row. Somebody told me that the play to get J-Boots is do the AC out in, oh shoot, what's the name of the zone? Whatever the other zone is. They said that's much better if you're not like a sweaty druid that can teleport in there. Ocean of Tears. Medic says, what I think is funny is they didn't newbie armor set for. They did or didn't? I don't know if. Oh, they didn't make one. I was gonna say, I don't know if I've ever heard of a druid armor set. The first set was Thurgan armor. Huh. I've got so much stuff I need to vendor, but I don't. Getting back to cab is such a pain in the ass. Because I'm bound in Skyfire, I would have to run across over there. And then Warslicks. I think I'm bound on the Skyfire side of the Skyfire ramp. There we go, there's my ancient. This one's gonna drop good spells. 2 spells. I don't think that's possible, but he's gonna do it. 2 fizzles, nice. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, he bashed me. Ooh, luckily he missed. He missed with like all of his attacks but one. Sometimes it's a good sign that they like resist or things break because it means they're a little bit higher level and higher. They have to be a certain level to drop the spells. Ooh, there's a spell. This was the last one of the night. What is it? Dementia. Ugh. Suck, game. You suck. You suck. Alright. I think I am gonna go vendor. We'll make that long pain in the ass run. Whoa. That was weird. One thing I do miss from Teak is on Teak I have the instant cast Circlet of Shadow and it's so nice. You can get it on P99, but you're gonna pay for it. I think it's I can't even remember how much it is, but it is a insane amount because it only dropped for, you know, so long. For like what, 2 months right at the launch. of the server. But yeah, it's still out there, just like the Mana Stone is still out there. Some people have them. They're worth a lot of money. We are encumbered, so we're going to be moving real slow. I don't like this song. Medic says it would be cool if they made a new P99 server. I totally agree. I actually thought about making a video about like the state of P99 because I mean obviously it's still active as far as the player base, but like the developers haven't really come out and done or said anything recently. I don't know if they're just burnt out, tired. But yeah, it's definitely, it feels like the server ecosystem is kind of in like a maintenance mode. Like they've made all the changes, all the patches that they are probably going to make. They may make little tweaks here and there, but nothing crazy. And then yeah, they're just no announcements or plans for new servers. I would love a fresh P99, just like I would love a fresh WoW Classic. That would be hell for me if they released those two at the same time, though. I would have to play a fresh WoW Classic. I don't think I could pass that up. I would also, if they came out with a fresh P99, I would definitely play a fresh P99. Oh my gosh, I am so slow. Destroy that 22 copper and hope it helps. My gosh, these tigers still give experience. It's probably like 0.0001 of a level. I really didn't want to leave. I wanted to just log out at the giant fort, but I need to get rid of all this stuff. Still gotta try to make some money on Mr. Best Friend. I think I've made like 7 or 8,000 plat on him, which is not a lot, but it's a lot for me. I've never had that much money on P99. I gotta keep trying to save up so I can buy Emissary of Thule whenever I hit 60. Like 20,000. Yeah, I imagine if I could leave Kunark, or even if I just had all the spells I like was supposed to have, I could probably go do a couple camps and make that much money pretty quick. I could sell this Bracer of the Hidden, worth like 6 or 7. I'm happy with my progress tonight, though. Looking up here and seeing 39% feels pretty good. Whoops. Always knocking shit over or hitting my microphone. I'm so freaking clumsy. Yeah, there's something about P99 that always kind of tends to bring me back. Regular EQ, kind of like live EQ, it it's fun because it's kind of like easy mode EQ. But because it's easy mode EQ, it doesn't feel as real. Like, it doesn't feel like real EQ. And then you got like the boxing, and you got like the chrono and the RMT, and so I don't know. I don't hate it, but like I said, it just doesn't feel as real. EQ is like to me is the quintessential MMO. It's like just inaccessible enough to where it has that like level of intrigue and that level of accomplishment. Like, you can die fighting almost anything at your level on EQ, unless you're super twinked, I guess. Like any one of those giant fights that I did, the 50, 100 giants I killed tonight, any one of those could have somehow went badly and killed me. I also think EQ, better than any other MMO, captured like the Dungeons and Dragons type feel in an online game. Oh, why do I not have DMF on? What's wrong with me? Making some rookie mistakes here. Yeah, some of the dungeon crawls that I've done on EQ have been like some of my favorite times playing a video game online. I love dungeons that you don't necessarily go and just camp in. Like one of my favorite times on EQ was when I was a newbie XR monk and I went to Kesora with my guild, and there was like 3, 4, or 5 of us, all lizards, you know, all low-level XRs. Or not Kesora, sorry, Kerns. And we were down in the basement, and then somebody was like, let's drop down to the lowest level and let's fight our way out. And I've done that since, and it's not as cool as how I remembered it the first time, but that first time we did that, because it's like a one-way trip. So like dropping down in there and knowing that you got to fight your way out was like super immersive. And we did it. We fought all the way through all the badgers and the skeletons, and we made our way out. And it felt like we were on a real adventure. And you don't really get that same feeling on any other MMO. And I think it's the corpse runs that do it. Medic says we did it together on Teak. That's right, we did. I remember that. That was fun. It was a lot easier on Teak. But yeah, it was still fun. Yeah, Kerns, the lowest level of Kerns is like one of my favorite places in the whole game. Down near too, like down near is designed just like that. You drop down and you really can't get back out. You gotta stick together and you gotta fight your way out. Down near also has a like a progressive zone storyline where you pick up these little notes, and the notes like explain the story of the dungeon or some Shadow Knight that went in the dungeon, and it's like super cool. My favorite story to tell about Kunark though is the fact that one of the game developers for EQ had actually developed Kunark as like a I think it was like a D&D type thing, and he had all this artwork that he had done, and he had all this storyline put together. And whenever they needed an idea for an expansion for EQ, like quick, because players were just burning their way through the content, and they were like, "Hey, Dave over there has this like whole binder full of shit that he's just been working on forever." And so they like dusted off the binder and they looked at it and they're like, "We'll do it. We're gonna make this into the next EverQuest expansion." Medic says, "What level are those giants?" I think they start in the low 20s and they go up to like 26 or 27. And these giants are awesome to level on a necro if you plan on doing spell research, because you can get your up to level 34 spell research done by killing them. For some reason, there's like no other mobs in the game that I know of that dropped spell research words at a higher level than the mob, except for those giants. So on Mr. Best Friend, I was able to level there from like 22 or 23 up to like 30, so 30 or 31. And I had all my level 34 spells already taken care of, which really helped. I'll check for you though, medics, whenever I get into Catalyst and see if I have the words to research your level 20 pet. I don't think I do, but I'll still check. It was a good night of streaming, man. I had fun. Hey, Made some progress, got a new spell. Probably check my food and water too. Always buy some more muffins. I hate getting caught out in the wild without muffins. Thank you, Libar. Yeah, that giant fort medics is like top 5 best places to level on this continent. Maybe even like top 3. It's that good because you can pull back to that. I wouldn't try it now. I think you're level 20. I would wait till like 23, maybe 22 or 23. But you can pull back up to that hill, and you can even fear kite on that hill. Like your pet won't be able to tank the giants. They just hit too hard, but you can basically you just pull them way back, and then you just fear kite them. Also, it's nice not being on retail, because on retail EQ, even though the game is freaking ancient, it somehow still runs like shit when there's too many players around, and I'm like, why is it like this? Like whenever I turn that corner right there on retail, all the players at the bank load in, and it's like really choppy. Alright, let's sell off this stuff. 63 plat, nice. Lumberjacks are 17, giant grub diggers are 43, hell yeah. Golden pendant was 13. Maybe I'll give one of these away. Weighted axe is only 1 plat. I'm never picking that item up ever again. That was a total waste. Star Ruby, 60 plat, hell yeah. Can't sell that pearl, I actually need that pearl. Spell cripple. Is that worth anything? Sorry, the bobbing effect is so lethal. Motion sickness warning. Spell. I'm looking this up on the wiki just so I can see if it's worth hanging on. Not even a price listed for it. Hunter plat. Maybe I'll hang on to it. I'll go to like common lands on my enchanter and sell all this. I don't think this Bandolier of Lucklin is worth shit. I don't even know. Like, how do you spell Bandolier? That can't be how that's spelled. Is that really how that's spelled? 50 plat. We'll vendor that one. like how you can't even see the banker's face. That's so like, that's such a weird design. I don't know why I hadn't noticed that until now. Hey, not bad. We're up to 8,500 plat on Mr. Best Friend. That's my collection of deadwood staves. Put our spells in here. Got some stuff I can give away to some noobs. I like to do like a little trivia event at the noob ramp in Feel the Bone, and whoever gets the most questions right gets to pick the first item. What are they for? The Deadwood Staves are a life tap, one-handed blunt life tap weapon, and what you do is you give 2 of them to a high-level pet, a high-level necro pet, and it helps them sustain their life, and it also helps them generate aggro. Mr. Mule Friend here. Let's check. Let's see if we get if we have the words. We need words of quickening and words of extinction, and then yeah, here's all my word collection. Oh no, they're like, I gotta rearrange the windows here. Apparently, I have a bunch of spells here as well. What are these? Oh, another dementia. Yeah, these are all these other spells that I keep finding that I don't need. And at one point, these were alphabetized, but I'm not sure if they're still alphabetized. I'm gonna lean close to my monitor because I'm freaking blind and I can't read. No, unfortunately, I don't have those, but I do have a tip for you. The lower level spell words, you can sometimes get lucky if you just run around to all these vendors and you just check. I've noticed that a lot of people vendor like right in here close to the field of bone. But I've found those words on like all kinds of different vendors around Cabalus. Yeah, I'll check these guys. I used to call it the Cabalus 500. It looks like the vendor stock just refreshed. I don't see a lot of stuff. Yeah, this guy had words of imitation, so you can see like people vendor words to him. There's words of the element. I think that's a mage. Mage 1. Mythology. But I think for you, my friend, the fastest way to do it would be to just get somebody to buy it. Which, let me see where my enchanter's at. Yeah, you get the Deadwood Staves down in Kesora. They drop off some of the undead down there. And I did a lot of leveling in Kesora, so I got a bunch of them. Medic says, yeah, can you drop a spell on group? Let me see where he's at. I wish I had a druid on green. I'm in Fill the Bone, so I could drop you guys like a... Oh, sorry, I thought you were asking me to like to haste you or or give you guys clarity. I love this view right here. The view from Kern's Tower, like out over the Field of Bone, is so good, especially at this time of day. I'm bound in Eastern Wastes. Yeah, you can drop spells on the ground. I don't see any druids zone. Can you do EJ to I don't remember what level they get. D-Rot. You are on green, right, medics? You're not on blue. Oops. What am I doing? We're gonna need an invis. And EJ is that way. Let me make sure I have some money to give him. Oh no, I've only got 19 plat. Hopefully I can actually go into Agok. I could give him some Parados. Parados are like 10 plat apiece. Yep, that's what I was thinking. Medics is I can turn into an ogre, but you know what? Let me do this. Be smart about this. Where is my bind affinity? So I can gate back here. I'm gonna give this guy Parados, that way I have money to buy that spell. Alright, I'm gonna bind myself here. He hasn't answered me. I'm worried he's gonna be like, screw you, buddy, I'm not picking you up now. Which one is EJ? EJ is behind Kesora. I was thinking it was the other one. Yeah, Parado's worth like 9 plat a piece. So I can give him like 5 Parados and I'm sure he'll be happy. That's like 45 plat. And they don't weigh shit, so you could just keep them in his bag until he can sell them. Go ahead and invis. I'm glad it's daytime too, because running through Emerald Jungle at night really sucks. Does my enchanter have money in the bank? I think he does. I think he's got. He doesn't have a lot actually, because I bought some like twink gear for a paladin that I was trying to play. But I think he still has like 1,000 plat on him. That level 20 pet spell can't cost that much. I'm pretty sure the 19 plat that I have here will cover it. I think the druid ring is. Well, he said get on the wall, so I'll just go to the wall. I've got root. I've got some roots and some stuns and a mez, so I can. If I get attacked, I can just kind of run out the clock on him. I I have a druid on blue, but I don't have a druid on green. I wish I had a druid on blue or green. Sorry. Why is it not letting? It's not letting me invite him. I would say the 20 pet it'll make a difference. It'll be worth it. It'll be good to have. Also, yeah, the 20 pet can dual wield. I've never seen that. It's not letting me slash invite him. Taking Viz off so he can see me. Oh shit. Oh, there he is. I never had the level 20 pet on Mr. Best Friend. I never found the words. That probably explains why I don't have them. Dial a fart, 50p a fart. People get paid good money for those farts. Now where is Agok? I like never come here. Okay, I didn't even know that Agok was in like the northern part of the zone. Ah, turn around. There we go. Okay, we're gonna see if the ogres hate me though, because I've killed a bit of ogres in my time on this character. And what's the name of the spell that we're looking for? I'm actually worried because it's in the Shadow Knight Guild, and isn't the Shadow Knight Guild the ones that I know in the Troll City you do not want to get anywhere near the Shadow Knight Guild. The name of the spell is Animate Dead. But you know what? If I can't do it, I'll pay like a newbie. I'll pay a newbie to give me this spell. We're just gonna have to be like super careful. I don't want to die because I was about to go to bed. See, we got a little ways to go. Like the ogre fertility shrine there. Ogres are not very attractive, so they have a hard time making babies. Ooh, okay, I'm scared. Go over here. Uh, got some like mezzas and stuff. Need to find the ogre illusion. I'm looking this up on the wiki to see if there's anything. Just see if it mentions like do not go in the Shadow Knight Guild. I just know in the in the Troll City, it's like you don't want to go. Oh shit, yeah. See, they already hate me. Yeah, they're already like threatening. Those stinky ogres. I think that's because I killed too many ogres leveling up. Isn't there? Oh yeah, he's still like glaring at me. I thought there was like another faction buff you could do as an enchanter. Anybody watching the stream want to make a level 1 Shadow Knight to help out? If anybody's not busy. Oh yeah, medics, you could just... Yeah, why why am I making this harder than it needs to be? I'm not using my head, I'm getting tired. Yeah, if you run out here, I'll give you the plat. And then you can just run back in, you can buy your spell, trade it to me. And then I'll just teleport back and give it to you. I'll just invis until you get out here. Those ogres are scaring me. They're big and scary. This is one zone that I think I did it once as a newbie back in the day. And it's like, if I remember right, the mob density is so low that it's better to just take the 10 minutes or whatever or whatever to run out to Inethul Swamp. Because there's like not shit to kill out here. Like I remember running around and just like trying to find shit to kill and it was like impossible. Is that you there? Here we go. Actually, here, let me give you all of it, just in case. I doubt it's gonna be that much, but that's all the plat I have on me. Hopefully that's enough. I guess I could have given you a Peridot too, but it can't be that much. Hopefully that gets you taken care of, and then you can get your you got your dual wielding pet. Give him a couple. Actually, give him a torch. You don't even have to give him weapons. Give him a torch. And then later on, I think you get the augment death. I think is the name of the spell. Whatever the pet haste is. Just watch him go to town. And yesterday, this AC unit I got in my office like kept it nice and cool, but today it is like not keeping up. I think my girlfriend has the air cranked up, or not cranked up, like turned off basically. There's no central air in my office, so it gets real hot in here. I live in the desert. I actually don't live too far from that other streamer. Oh, what's his name? He's always drinking. Can't remember his name. He plays EQ and he drinks a lot. Yeah, I think I made a ogre Shadow Knight or a warrior like way back whenever EQ was new. And I never played him past like level 5, but I do remember kind of enjoying the newbie area, both Anathul and Firot, and just like kind of running around. Because it does look comparatively pretty unique to like, I don't know, Fate Arc. I feel like Fate Arc is really generic. Enos Freeport area is pretty generic. But I never kept playing them. The only character I ever really like invested in back in the day was my monk. I got my monk to like level 30, and back then level 30 was like this huge accomplishment to me. I remember there was players in my guild that were in their 40s and I thought they were like gods. I was like, you guys are level 44 and level 60s. There weren't very many of them. I used to do this thing when I was a kid where I would get on and I would slash who all 60 and there would be like 10 level 60s on, compared to like now. Who sells it? Let me look. It is sold by a guy named Krilt. Crilt. And I remember I would like ask him questions like, "Oh, what's it like being level 60? How hard was it to level up?" I had a friend that hit level 51 and he was like, "Yep, that's enough for me," and he never went any further. So it was just like people just didn't level like they do now. We didn't have that same like mentality of having to get to max level. And we didn't know as much about the game too. So like now people know the best ways to level and the fastest routes. I kind of preferred it back then, to be honest. Like seeing a level 40 and thinking they were so cool is like To me, I prefer that to everybody being level 60. I don't know, everything was new then. I would be surprised. I would love to know, I'll say that. I would love to know how many people actually raided like the very top tier raids. I bet it was a very low percentage. You're looking pretty cute, girl. What's up? You want to hang out after this? I just gotta drop this spell off. I can come back. Alright, I'm gonna gate back. Wait, let me make sure I got it. Yeah, it's right there. I would hate to get back and realize, like, something went wrong. And where do I meet you at? Where's your necromancer at? I wouldn't want to pay 50p for another fart to have to come back. What's up, Opie? How's your stream going? Are you all done? You're at the bank. Can you run out to like the noob ramp? Leap of faith. Ooh, 80 damage. Or 60. I crashed. Quintessential Project 1999 experience there. Yeah, I'll just wait right here. I want to charm this dog. Make him fight things for me. Here, dog. That impending feeling of doom? Is everything okay? That doesn't sound good. I get that sometimes, though, too. I know what you're talking about. Let's see, what should I fight my new dog against? Let's do some dog fighting. You go fight that other dog. I've got my money on my dog. I don't know, they're pretty evenly matched. Was in a horde and started sliding around all weird. Oh, yeah, that's right, because you play, oh no, my dog is gonna die. He has the impending feeling of doom. You play Diablo 4. I'm not sure what a horde is. I haven't played Diablo 4. Dude, my dog sucked. He didn't do shit. What is this crap? Oh no. Now I have two dogs. They just try to bite me sometimes. I'm your average pit bull owner right now. walking my pit bulls around. Yeah, I don't know what a horde is, but because I haven't played Diablo 4 yet, I think I might actually get it. What if we go charm like a scorpion? I bet a scorpion will kill those dogs. Ooh, a beetle. And I think you play hardcore, right? So if you're on hardcore and you die, obviously that's it. Alright, beetle. My dogs have been unruly. Oh no, now he's fighting another dog. Oh yeah, look at that. He destroyed that dog. Can you play on Diablo 4? I need to look this up. Can you play couch co-op? If you can, I'm gonna get it and I'm gonna play it with my girlfriend. Oh yeah, you can. Oh, that's awesome. Then I think I'll get it on PS5, that way we can play it together. And I'll just have to tell her not to eat chips while she's using my $70 PS5 controllers. No chips. This beetle's a Chad. Yeah, I'm actually kind of excited to do that. I think I'll get that as like a Christmas present for both of us. I should go charm like a... I should go charm Trooper Tear. Opie says crossplay as well, so you can give me all your gold. Is gold like a useful currency? I'm like a Diablo 2, Diablo 3 guy where like gold is just like, it is whatever. I save up all my gold and go gamble. Or I buy, I gamble tiaras on Diablo 2. Then on Diablo 3, I think I had so much gold I didn't even know what to do with it. I don't even know if there's anything useful to do with it. Is that you, Burlar? Medics? What's the... Say the challenge word. I'll say thunder and you say lightning. That's like the basic training. OP probably remembers that, like basic training. Have you say like thunder, the other guy says lightning or whatever. Here, you can have this money. Give you a couple parados, that'll help you out. I guess I could give you money on Mr. Best Friend's got like all kinds of money. My pet went feral on me. Opie says gold is useful in Diablo 4. You spend billions in crafting. I'm sure, just like every other Diablo game, I'll get incredibly hooked to the point where I develop like a repetitive strain injury. Because that's definitely happened a couple times. Alright, folks, it's been a great night. Thanks for watching. We made some progress on Mr. Best Friend. We got a spell, and we made about 13% of our levels, so that's great. I just want to say you guys have like 50,000 different streams to choose from on Twitch, and tonight you guys chose to watch mine, so I'm really appreciative of that.